Yeah, I think it would be fine. Let me put this to silence this totally
Yes.
and put it away.
Uh, I
And
can't believe the
good
internet's
to see
working.
you. Oh my
Alhamdulillah.
God.
Ana
Oh,
mabsuta.
Habibti. You
Habibti.
are you look so beautiful. I love your hair that
Oh,
way.
thank you
Better than the other one.
with all the crazy. How are you? I like that you're wearing your Palestinian uh,
Isn't it appropriate?
fustan. Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay,
Of course.
good. Is everything fine? I mean, the setting, the
Yeah, yeah,
lighting,
yeah. كل شيء
is
منيح.
it okay?
كل شيء
But
منيح.
it shouldn't. تمام تمام.
Habibti.
Oh, Habibti, you look just great.
Yeah,
I'm
you
so
look.
happy to see you.
I'm so happy to see you. Um, I want to make sure we get some substance in because I'm
Yeah.
I'm afraid that your internet's going to go.
Well, I asked my children to stop using it now, to stop everything. So let's see how much we can sustain that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So Wafa, I met last year, and she's Palestinian but with Lebanese citizenship, and she has been very active in Palestinian refugee communities. For how long? How many years?
Been active? Oh
Yeah.
my God, please. Well, you can say that practically
Yes.
since the Israeli invasion in 1982. I was still in school then.
Yeah.
So that was like doing something within the community at this age. I was then 15 years old. So I give my age, please
Yeah. You're
believe
not
that.
that much older than I am. You're only a couple years older than I am.
Habibti.
You're so
Alhamdulillah. And ever since,
yes. And ever since,
yeah, I've been working for the community. It's been an obsession actually to try to achieve something, to do something for
yeah,
the Palestinians. Yani, as refugees, of course, we have this feeling
yeah.
always. Mhm.
You're someone that I really respect. I
Thank you.
because of what you've done, and this is something you don't have to do. You volunteer, right? For the most part, you
Yes,
volunteer with organizations, and currently, even with COVID-19, you've been still going to Shatila camp to volunteer. Yes.
there is where there is a need, we need to be there. Yani, where we are required to be, we need to be there, to be available. Always there comes such emergencies and the crises that actually requires someone with from I'm an outsider to I do not live in the camp, so I come from outside. I have a different sense on how to be able to calm others, let's say, if
Mhm.
in this way, and we feel that we can do things and we can help, so why not?
Yeah.
Yes, even with the COVID-19, I just put on the mask, I wear the gloves, I get all the sanitizers in my bag, and we go.
And then you're home by curfew.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah, and you're home by curfew.
Definitely.
Yeah, you're home by curfew.
Otherwise, we'll be locked up in jail.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So can we get an update from you? Because I think people here in America don't understand kind of what's going on in refugee camps in marginalized communities. So can you give like a quick update on what's going on in the camps in Beirut, Palestinian camps in Beirut?
Yeah. Of course. Well, always the Palestinian camps in Beirut, they have this specific situation and circumstances because they are overcrowded areas, and not even by the people, it's also by the housing,
Yeah,
the door to door and door in front of the other, and everything is just packed, so packed to each other. So definitely in this crisis. In the camps, like outside the camps in Lebanon, they got this state, the sense of horror. and fearing of the spread of the virus. Um, and the first level, definitely there is a popular committee who's kind of municipal. It's similar to a municipal board,
Sure.
okay, in the camps. So the popular committee, the factions, the local NGOs that operate in the inside the camps, they they got together, they met, they discussed the situation. They wanted to they were trying to come up with a plan to support the people. With the well, definitely, in the first place, there need to be awareness among the people, and this is what we did, and at the first level, um, spreading awareness, volunteers going door to door, uh, telling it, informing the people how to manage, how to act in this situation, and just to be as and this is as a side of prevention before things can happen. Inshallah, it will not happen. So, and this after that, definitely we should look at the situation of the economic situation of the people.
So talk
Uh,
more about that, because that's kind of
they
where the crisis is right now
Yes,
for Palestinians.
exactly. Well, the Palestinian refugees in Lebanon have never actually enjoyed, like that luxury life. Let's say that they can work because of the regulations and the laws. And already studies showed that there is quite a good rate percentage of the Palestinians are living in poverty. And with this spread, with the COVID-19 spreading, and the measures that are taken by the local government, people should stay at home, no going to work, etc.
Well, there,
Um,
can you,
and that would be that.
sorry, can you
Sorry.
just tell people that there's a curfew? Like there's a curfew in Lebanon now, because that's kind of different from America.
Oh yes, in America you still go around just fine, right?
Not just fine. Like we have stay-at-home orders, but if you want to go to the grocery store at 8 p.m. at night, you can do that.
Oh, okay. No, not in Lebanon. Not
Not
in Lebanon, not at all. Mm.
so from
It
what
is
time
it
at
is
night?
it is set at 7 o'clock that it's 7 o'clock the curfew starts, and definitely the security forces, and the military, they actually roam around the streets, making sure that no one is walking, no one is passing, except for very critical emergencies, those who are allowed to. Otherwise, they would be actually fined if they were found in the street. And definitely, they were actually threatened of being arrested as well if they broke this curfew. So, and the curfew ends at 5 a.m. in the morning, so that people could go get, run their errands, get their things, whatever. But in either case, it's the problem of jobs and working. Many jobs have stopped totally. And relating that to I know it is quite a problem for the whole world, actually, not only in Lebanon, but specifically to the Palestinian refugees in Lebanon, whose work depended on daily work, that laborers, they worked as laborers. So that actually has totally stopped, preventing them from earning whatever they used to earn. They used to live day by day already, trying to get the food for their families, and now it is totally stopped.
Stop.
Good,
I think, I think the
and
last,
there,
I think the last stat I saw was Palestinian refugees in Lebanon, 70% live below the poverty line of
yeah,
Lebanon.
just imagine. Yes, exactly. Because the situation of this poverty did not start now with the corona. It
No,
started last summer. That's why it has increased now. And with the decision of the Ministry of Labor to stop the Palestinians from working, and then came the October 17 revolution, which has also blocked all ways again in face of everyone, those who depend on such uh, hard labor, or
Yeah.
not hard labor, it's the work that they do.
And, and the economic crisis in Lebanon, like the Lebanese currency, right? The pound has lost how much
Yes,
value since I left in October? Like 60%.
just imagine
I can't.
today. Yeah, today is actually the $1 was exchanged for 3,100 Lebanese liras. You cannot imagine. No, it's not 60%. It's now doubling
Yes,
the amount. Exactly, it's 100% increase, and
100%.
yeah, and
So
everything
just
is all
for
the
an
prices are
example,
going.
yeah, for an example, like I've been in Lebanon since 2004. The Lebanese currency's always been set 1,500 Lebanese pounds to a dollar, and now it's 3,000.
Yeah, just imagine. Yes, things are not getting better.
No. So
Mhm.
add on a pandemic, right, to a country
Yes,
that's already going over the edge, and they're hosting about 500,000 Palestinian refugees and about 1.5 million Syrian,
yes.
right? So that's the next. So that's the problem right now, correct? If I'm hearing
Mm,
you, it's like the economic situation and people actually surviving that and being able to actually provide food.
yeah, they are trying to actually. They are trying. The situation is too difficult here, because if people are unable to find, to go to work, and they cannot earn money, and there is blockage, and there is the curfew, so none of the jobs are available for people to be able to get an income.
Yeah.
With the problem of the banks actually, and having and being able to draw the money from the banks, the NGOs here, they are stuck into a different problem as well.
Yeah.
So if they
How
want to
much can you
help to
pull?
support,
How much can you pull out a month from a bank?
and now they say that if it is an institution and they need a special request, and they offer that,
Okay.
and it is available, so they can get around all over, depending on the number of staff, etc. Uh, Currently, I think it's not much. It's about $2,000 per month or something.
And how
For
much,
for
as
bigger
you,
for bigger companies, they are 10,000, for example. It
of
depends.
course, but for
Mm.
you as an individual, how much are individuals allowed to be pulled out of a bank?
Oh my God, I I don't dare say. Shame on us. It's only $100 per week, and then finally it goes into $300 per month, because you cannot withdraw more than that. So if you were, if you were saving, yeah, we used to save our money in the banks. You see, now it is saved for good, for life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everything is getting more expensive.
Yeah.
يعني, it's quite the situation is very difficult. يعني, in short, I don't know. There should be. I'm trying to find a word that describes it more than that.
No, what you said was good. Do you want to talk about what we talked about last week about the NGO that you're working for, which is a nonprofit for people in America, what they're trying to do right now in the camp?
Mm. Well, currently I'm volunteering with one of the NGOs called Children and Youth Center in Shatila. Well, what happened is that, at the beginning, as part of all the coordination of the other NGOs, and working on the campaign, the awareness campaign, we called for volunteers to join. We needed 75, but actually we got 95 youth, male and female youth from the camp, who are willing to work and they want to work with all their energy to support their community. So following that, their work is so beautiful. Actually, the way they are committed, the way they are enthusiastic to help. Well, after the campaign, as I told you, we started to think on how to support these families. If we ask them to stay home, so we need to support them with the food at least that they need. Uh, we needed to get food items for them and preparing the food baskets that are essential for them for each family. So during the campaign, actually, we got the names of those of the population of the inhabitants, residents in the camp, and because we have very limited fund, very limited budget, actually canceling some of the activities, moving the money from here and there. Some generous individuals supported as well, as much as they can. So we were able to prioritize from our list uh, the families who is in, who's the most needy, and then it goes gradual. Well, the most needy came up to be around 500,
500
and
families.
500 families, and we calculate the family members as 5 members in the list as an average. Okay, so definitely there are more. The
I
Palestinians
do know.
have many children. Yeah. So while we worked on that, currently, 2 days ago, actually, we were able to get the stuff. I mean, the food. The food
Oh,
is,
good.
beans. Yeah,
Lentils,
uh,
lentils, and
yeah, exactly. We actually thought of something that is that can support, enough nutrients, uh, but can help.
yeah,
Okay, and something that they can use for more than one time cooking, more than one meal.
sure.
So it covers about, let's say, a week or so. So in this sense, we started, piling, collecting, and we tried to get the. It's not we tried. We actually worked hard to get the best prices with the good quality, and it's not easy here. And with the changing of the dollar rate, it's a quite. We needed to get these before it gets more,
Yeah.
uh, before it gets more expensive. We have started collecting that, and we will start distributing actually next week, and by end of this week.
Okay.
Taking the poorest of the families, or the most needy, I would say, families at this level, and then moving to the others uh, gradually. Definitely, now Ramadan is coming soon, and the holy month of Ramadan, and in either case, the people need the food
Yeah.
to be gradually distributed. So if we think, for example, we distributed for a family by end of this week, definitely by the end of the following week, these food portions would have been
Yes.
gone.
Yeah.
They are using it. They need them. They will use them. Now we are thinking also about, actually, according to what is requested to what is being heard and demanded. Um, we started thinking about greens, vegetables and the greens. But we are trying to see how to manage that, perhaps by distributing, let's say, coupons with a certain amount of money that helps them get, let's say, basic fruits like
Yeah.
banana, oranges, and some vegetables or greens that they need to cook with.
Sure.
Because as we said, what we are providing are the lentils, the beans, the
Staples.
rice, sugar, salt, etc.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you're telling us is that the basic overwhelming need right now is just to be fed because there is no work.
Yeah.
uh,
Yes, for sure.
for sure. So that's the need right now. Um,
Yeah.
in Lebanon, I know there's like 630 cases of COVID-19. I think that was the latest at, or 640, something like that.
Yes.
One Palestinian refugee has been diagnosed with it, but I guess he lives outside of the camps. Um,
Yes, in Berjaf. Yeah. Not. It's
oh,
in. Yeah.
really? Okay.
It's far. Not in the
Oh,
camps.
yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. The camps up till now they are still. Up till now the camps are still safe from COVID-19. You know, we are working to keep it that way. This is what we are trying to do. I know that the people in the houses have become, you know, like fed up. They are unable to stand the situation, like being imprisoned in their houses, inside their housing units. However, it is a need. It is a need to stay home in order to be safe.
I think
Yeah.
my concern is if it does start to spread, it's going to be disastrous because of how overcrowded and overpopulated. Like Shatila, I think is about 30,000, between 20 and 30,000 and less than a kilometer. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yes.
and
Yeah. It's very, very crowded.
the medical, I just briefly touch on what happens. I mean, I think this is why NGOs, and that's why we've like supported that as well, have worked on prevention, because what happens on the medical side for Palestinian refugees?
Uh, the medical, well, health-wise, and the medical support is needed, and actually people are asking where we can get, let's say, medicine. Those who take medicines all time. But excuse me, you're saying about the medical support in case
Yeah, I think it's
of
good.
a positive of a COVID-19
Yeah, I think both.
positive person.
I think both, because I think people don't understand that, mostly clinics are UNRWA clinics. And a lot of
Yeah.
times Palestinian refugees die of hypertension or diabetes
Yes.
or things that are completely treatable, but they don't have the medical attention. So now what happens with a pandemic?
Oh, oh,
Sorry.
really? This is quite, this is quite a perplexing situation in case it happened. لأنه already Lebanon has a limited capacity to treat the COVID-19, uh, infected persons, and the in Lebanon the UNRWA is not doing anything up to now. In the sense of providing aid to the people and others. We
Right.
only heard that we only learned that they are providing or preparing discipline center uh, down south, almost. It's in Sabline,
Okay.
in Sabline area, and this is for the locked in cases in case it happened,
So
in
they're
case
set
we
up in
have some
isolation, right? It's an isolation center, right?
for quarantine, yes.
Yeah.
But uh, well, the Lebanese authorities, yeah, I mean, specifically the Minister of Health, says that it goes also for the other people, for the other Lebanese. If they had the symptoms of COVID-19, they are taken and carried out to the governmental hospital of Rafiq Al Hariri in Beirut to be tested. And now this house, if this occurs, also we have the problem of moving that sick person actually out of the camp to the hospital, and this is only required to be done by the Lebanese Red Cross ambulances. The Lebanese Red Cross ambulances do not go into the camps. So what we are doing, what has been done actually there already, is that we have the medical unit as Shifa. It's an NGO that provides an ambulance and has a team of first aid, trained in first aid. They will help them then, and they coordinate with the Red Cross, with the Lebanese Red Cross people, and the Palestinian civil defense in the camps. These are, trained groups that are prepared, to fight the fires in the camps that could occur, and support the people. And they are active. All these units and the groups are very active in this sense. And they what happened is that they also coordinate with the Lebanese Red Cross. They take they help uh, they help the ambulance of the Lebanese Red Cross to get into the camp. You see, and I mean, they got trained. Actually, they received the training recently for suspected cases,
Hmm.
how to deal with these situations. Okay, asking definitely the civil defense and Shifa. So what's done is that they close down the streets, and then they keep that suspected case right in place. They do the contact with the Lebanese Red Cross when they get closer, because the ambulance cannot go into the alleys of the
Yeah.
camp. So the men would go in. Uh, the paramedics would go take the suspected case out from the camp using the trolley.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in this sense,
Yeah.
and they take it uh, to the governmental hospital.
Okay.
This is how it is planned to take place. And actually, we've had two suspected cases. In Shatila. Alhamdulillah, they are not. They are negative. That was false alarms. However, it was good for training
Yeah.
and to apply the training.
That's good. We only have like a couple more minutes, and I don't want to take up any more of your time. And we've been really lucky
Okay.
with the internet. But is there?
Absolutely.
I know, alhamdulillah. Is there anything that you think is important for us to know here about what a pandemic means for Palestinian refugees?
They started throwing jokes, the Palestinian refugees, saying that we are in the camps because we have lived this type of life, because we are living in this type of environment, in the overcrowdedness and unclean streets and sewerage pipes that are open, etc. They said we have developed immunity against the coronavirus. But this is only a joke, of course. This
Yeah.
is how people deal with that.
Mhm.
Definitely, the situation is very critical.
Yeah.
Uh, to the Palestinians, it means no work. There is no income. Whether they they whether they got infected or not, this is not the case. It's the case of how to live. How to carry on with their lives. With It is going from bad to worse, and in all senses, by the way, in any sense, going be it economically, be it socially, uh, and definitely uh, with this social distancing issue that they are not used to, and with their family ties that used to be very strong. Now they are really having very hard time,
Yeah.
emotionally speaking, at
Yeah.
this level.
I mean, we as Americans, let me just say this, are having a hard time socially distancing. And it's nothing like Arab communities where it's interconnected and you guys are always together all the time.
Yes.
So, what that does
Yes.
on an emotional level, I can't even imagine.
Mm, it is. It is quite frustrating, very frustrating to them. They need to look after their elders as they look after their children, and if this is how it goes, and it's very sensitive in these days. Mm. Well, but what I really liked about what this crisis has revealed is how the youth are really still committed to work voluntarily without receiving any penny, with all the hardships that they face, you know, for for living, to make their living and to support their families. But they are willing to work, to volunteer, just to keep everyone safe and to protect the community. And this is yeah, heartwarming, actually, to me.
That's the hope.
Yeah.
I think that's people always are
I,
like, what's the hope? I'm like, actually, my hope is in the Palestinians themselves.
it is so. Yes, absolutely. Mm.
Wafa,
Yeah.
I'm gonna shut off the recording in like a minute or two, and then we can talk a little bit. But
Yes.
um, Yatik Alafi,
Yeah.
thank you so
I.
much. I just
Our,
think it's important for people to hear somebody other than me talking about this. And I know that we talked a little bit. Maybe next week we can try it in Shatila, which has a whole other problem of a set of problems. But um, I'm so thankful for you and thankful that you were willing to
yeah.
come on late at night there and talk.
Thanks a lot, حبيبتي. يعطيك العافية. You're
I love
doing
you.
great job. I wanted to say something, but I didn't want it to be on the recording. كمان.
Okay.
Today, actually.
Well then let me shut off the recording, okay? Hold on. Hold on.